Welcome to Girl Talk. I'm Colleen Fuentes, and I don't know about you, but I absolutely hate grocery shopping. I never know what to get. I never know what's good. I don't know what's healthy. So I have an expert here to help me. I would like to welcome Tamara Brown from Nutritional Weight and Wellness. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. You are a licensed dietitian and a counselor and nutrition educator, correct?
Yes.
All at Nutritional Weight and Wellness.
Yes.
And they are good friends of Girl Talk.
Yes, indeed we are.
Yes, I like Nutritional Weight and Wellness. And I get helpful tips every time someone comes, but like I'm lost grocery shopping. So walk me through a grocery store if you could.
Sure. Well, that's a great question. And I think some of the things that you mentioned that you struggle with and being confused with at the grocery store, I hear so often from my clients as well.
Okay.
So one of the things I do is a grocery store tour, and basically I would meet you at the grocery store of your choice.
Oh, really?
Yep, and we would spend about an hour and a half together walking through the grocery store, starting with the fruits and vegetables, and basically we talk about what's healthy, what's not so healthy. We can talk about label reading all the way to what to do with an avocado. So
an hour and a half in the grocery store with me would drive you insane. Guaranteed. You would run out of there probably after a half hour.
You'd have a lot of questions?
I have a lot of questions and I get really annoyed. I hate going grocery shopping. I just don't like it because I want everything I'm not supposed to eat and none of the stuff I should. So it's frustrating. And I do try not to go grocery shopping when I'm hungry. I have learned that much.
That's key. That is key because when you're hungry, of course, you want to get everything that maybe isn't the best choice.
Right. So we have grocery shopping 101, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's start fruits and vegetables. That's the produce aisle, pretty much standard with every grocery store. It's right when you walk in the door,
It is.
right?
Exactly.
Okay. Walk me through.
Well, some of the things that we talk about are organic versus non-organic.
Okay.
And I mean, basically, when it comes to fruits and vegetables, whatever kind you like to eat from that section is going to be a healthy option. Okay. So I think that's a pretty safe bet where you can go with anything that is appealing.
What about bagged salads? I've heard pros, I've heard cons. It's so convenient, but I've heard horror stories, and yet I still buy them. I mean, nothing really scares me except grocery shopping.
Okay.
So are they good? Are they bad?
No, I think they're fine. I usually just recommend going organic.
Okay.
So then you're getting a higher quality product without as many pesticides, and I think that's a safe and easy if you don't have a lot of time to do veggie prep in the evenings.
It's so easy. I mean, you can grab a rotisserie chicken and a bagged salad and have a meal right there. You know, a chicken Caesar salad or whatever you want.
Exactly.
So where would you go organic versus where would you go? Because organic does tend to run a little bit more expensive. So if you're watching a budget, which most people are these days, but you want to eat healthy for your family, where can you skip the organic and where should you choose organic?
Yeah, great question. There is actually a great list put out by a group called the Environmental Working Group, and they have basically done research where they talk about the Clean 15, which are the products that you don't necessarily have to spend the money to go organic, versus the Dirty Dozen, which are the fruits and vegetables that tend to be more highly pesticided. So those ones you would definitely want to go organic.
So I've heard something that you can peel, like a banana. You don't necessarily have to go organic because you're going to peel out anything that would have been treated, correct?
Exactly.
But a strawberry, you're eating everything. So, I mean, I'm not going to peel or seed a strawberry.
Exactly.
So that you would want to go organic.
Yes. Yeah, so that's right on.
You're
good to go.
Good to go. I can make it through fruits and vegetables. What about the rest of the grocery store?
So with the rest of the grocery store, ideally we want to stay around the outside and avoid the middle sections.
The good sections.
Exactly.
The donuts. The donuts.
Right. When we stay around the outside, then we're basically eating all of the whole foods. So, you know, we have our fruits and vegetables, and then we usually come to our meat section, which that would be healthy proteins.
Sure.
And then we have, you know, good dairy products, eggs. Those would be good choices as well. And that's basically all of our outer
Now that I think about it, the bakery is on the outer section.
Oh, in your store?
Okay, what about breads? Because it's a carb. I'm a carb, so we get along great. Do you go? I love white bread. Love gooey, squishy white bread. But I like whole wheat too. So if you're gonna do bread, which I know it's too much is a bad thing, right?
Yes.
What should we go for? Should we go for wheat, white, a whole grain?
Yeah, that's a good question. So what I usually say is in most grocery stores, the bread is out. It's, you know, not refrigerated. It's not in the freezer.
Right.
It's just in room temperature. And unfortunately, when we think about making bread at home, how long can bread sit out before it goes bad? Not very long, because it will inevitably mold.
Right.
So I think that in that case, whether it's whole wheat, white, any of those, when we're looking at the breads in room temperature, they're all going to have a lot of additives and preservatives in order to keep them fresh.
Okay.
As well as sometimes when you look at the ingredient list, you'll see high fructose corn syrup. Sometimes there's artificial coloring. So those are actually, that's usually a section that we want to stay away from.
Okay, so we do stay away from breads.
Yes.
So how do we eat a sandwich?
Wow.
I like sandwiches.
You like sandwiches?
I do.
Okay, well, one option could be looking for a bread in the freezer, which would then be, it wouldn't have the preservatives. So one brand, like a sprouted grain bread, you can often find in natural grocery stores.
And it would be refrigerated dough, and you would go home and bake it, or is it already baked and then frozen?
It's a loaf. So it's just like buying a loaf of bread, but it's in the freezer, and so it doesn't have any of those preservatives added in order to keep it fresh at room temperature.
I don't think I've ever looked for bread in the freezer aisle.
Oh.
Usually ice cream and pizza.
Okay, so it could be a new adventure.
Other things I should probably stay away from. So it's okay to go to the freezer aisle if we're looking for a fresher bread.
Yes.
Something without so many additives.
Exactly. Or like frozen fruits and vegetables. That's an okay option to venture into the frozen.
Okay.
Yes.
So is there, how much of a difference is there between a frozen vegetable and a fresh vegetable, or frozen fruit, fresh fruit? Because the frozen fruit works great for smoothies.
Yes. I think that either one of those options is perfectly okay. A lot of times, you know, they're frozen right after being picked. Okay. So they retain all of their nutrients. Okay. And so as long as there's no added sauces or added sugar, and it's just the plain. Right.
I'm all wrong all the way across the board.
No. Well, maybe you should take a tour with me.
I'm going to have to, because I'm telling you, I hate grocery stores. So, well, I learned a lot. So thank you so much for helping us with this.
You're welcome.
An hour-and-a-half tour, and people can contact you at Nutritional Weight and Wellness?
Yes. The website is weightandwellness.com, and there's all sorts of information on there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.